won't do the preacher voice because it's quite difficult to hold for a long time. Right, today the sermon is from the Book of Parables for the Unenlightened. This Bippiness parable is called The Ballad of Brickton Sally. Hello, Bipen.
Our God has joined us!
Oh my god. Oh look, it's our Lord.
Literally.
You've joined us just in time for the Ballad of Brickton Sally.
Yep.
We're having a
It's in
sermon
church.
in your church, yeah.
Yep. You want to put on your skin Pippin? No.
Give me a second.
Shovel_night. Bipen ho slash.
Claw Maidens, when Bippin enters the room, you need to show the proper respect.
Channel T Joe Airlets.
Which is
Hello. Channel
Bow.
slash shovel.
Gotta bow to the Lord.
Well, my Claw Maiden at least. I can't order you other Claw Maidens.
Shovel.
My knight isn't here right now. So.
That's where I thought when you rise.
Who's your knight, William?
Oh,
Look,
Oh.
Pippin's already here.
Where the fuck is Cole?
I don't know. He's online.
He's hanging out with the other Coles.
They can just go off and form their own district.
Bear Den.
Are they like other Coles? Because they all have
Magic
different
Cole.
first names.
It's
Are
okay.
they like QMs?
I know
Define that.
there
Define.
is one of them is Cole's alt. I think.
That's
Cool,
cool, QM,
Oh,
is
right,
Cole's
so,
ult.
yeah, his ult isn't on, actually. So none of them are him.
Calm,
Except Cole,
cash,
obviously.
code, cold, Cole, cute.
What about Clue?
Indodicaya.
That is a lot of QMs.
Vaya con Dios, carnal.
Are you going to start then,
Channel hop map.
Grandpa?
Bippin's not
Pinto.
here.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'll go.
He'll manifest halfway through the story, it's fine. The Ballad of Brickton Sally. Sally was once a good girl, following all the tenets of Bippinism to the letter, except for that one rule where you have to throw shoes at homeless people. But then again, most people don't observe that rule, since Lord Bippin was pretty drunk when he came up with it.
I don't remember this.
Sally spent her days ministering to the sick and needy, and her nights in the library, studying for her entrance exams to medical/hero school. As fine a person as her has rarely existed, and fine as she was, when Sally heard of a cesspool of human filth within the city walls, she could not resist going to help. And so noble Sally set forth to Brickton, to attempt to show them the light of the Dragon Pulse.
Sit down.
Things went wrong swiftly for poor Sally.
Cole's here.
Upon setting foot
Cole's
through
here.
the Brickton portal, a chill ran up her spine. The disgustingly, vaguely orangey red colour of the bricks pressing in on all sides made her feel dizzy. Fighting nausea, Sally staggered into the nearby alleyway, the darkness alleviating her distress. It was then she felt a cold hand upon her shoulder. The hairs on the back of her neck stood on end as a mouth stinking of whiskey and sin drew close to her ear and said, "Hey there, girlie. Want to get bricked?" Screaming, Sally flinched away from the terrible man and lost her footing, crashing to the ground. Through the blur of tears and pain, Sally could only make out a few details of the hideous creature that loomed at the end of the alleyway. He stood tall, clothed all in red to match the hideous hue of his surroundings. A beard adorned his face, pockmarked with the remnants of some vicious and doubtless well-deserved venereal disease, giving him a look reminiscent of a beaver that had fallen into a wood chipper. He reached down with a hand gnarled and scarred from some obscene brick-related activity, and grabbed Sally by her beautiful blonde hair. She cried out, partially from the pain and from the sudden shock, as she saw more figures, summoned by the commotion, entering the alleyway, their silhouettes blotting out the grey light filtering in. I won't describe here what horrors were wrought upon poor Sally.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh
Such
god.
things are not
They
for the
got
faint of
dark.
heart and
They
the
got
noble
dark.
of
I'm
spirit
going
to
home now.
contemplate. However, the next day she awoke, her body battered and bruised, with barely any recollection of the previous day's events. She found herself in a large house surrounded by lava. As she limped, biting back tears through the house, she saw great golden eggs through the windows. After wandering through the halls for a few minutes, she emerged into the outside world, the light of dawn stinging her bloodshot eyes. Before her stretched dozens of buildings constructed only from the hated bricks, though Sally was surprised to find that she no longer minded the bricks. In fact, she could almost say she liked them. However, deep in her heart, all she wanted then was to return home. Weeping and broken, she dragged herself to the door of our Lord Bippin. There she fell to her knees and begged his forgiveness for ignoring his advice and venturing into the land of bricks. Bippin, clad in his cottony grace, drew her into an embrace. He said, "My great followers Cole and Whooper were once corrupted by Brickton as you are, but they gained redemption by turning away from their red clay horror. If you can tell me now that you will turn away from brick, then all shall be forgiven." Sally wept all the harder for the glory of our Lord Bippin. Through racking sobs, she looked up into his eyes and drew a deep breath. She parted her trembling lips and with shaking voice whispered, "Hey, Lord Bippin, I want to get bricked." Bippin drew back from her, pity in his eyes, and said, "I can no longer help you where you are now, for bricks have taken your soul from you. Perhaps in the future you may be saved, but not this day. Begone, fiend that you have become, and do not return until the brick has been cast out from your heart." So Sally left her homeland, and she roamed across hill and valley, through ravines and over mountain. In her travels, her hair began to thin and turn sickeningly red. Her teeth became loose and crooked. She drank heavily to try to forget that which she had lost, and soon became lost herself, until one day she stumbled back into Brickton, and there she remained. Some say that to this day, if you wander the streets of Brickton and turn down the wrong alleyway, you will see poor Brickton Sally, her skin pale, her mouth naught but bare gums. She will scramble close to you and draw up to your face and say, "Hey baby, wanna get bricked?" Sally was the purest born, her beauty seen in act and form. Her love for Bippin would not yield, her faith she thought an endless shield. But then one day she turned away, and where she dwelleth none can say, for into darkness fell her star, in Brickton where the douchebags are. Done.
That was beautiful. A plus.
What the hell did I just listen
A
to?
plus. A plus.
I regret listening to that.
It's really nothing to do with Bippin, it's more
that
anti-Brickton.
was- Fucking amazing.
Oh, we're gonna get in
my
so much
God.
trouble for that one.
50 Shades of Pippin. Oh my god.
If I could smite you now, I
Knights!
would.
Bippin is present.
Beautiful.
Hello, Pippin.
Praise to Bippin.
I wish
Hello,
I could
Pippin.
smite them.
That was.
He-
Oh, God,
Pippin's
I
on
loved
his
it.
posts on the gold.
I'm ashamed to be affiliated
Oh,
with you
that
folks.
18.
Well, I mean, Bippin, if you want to join the electricity man cult, you can just leave this
That'll
Bippinist
just
cult
be
and...
confusing.
Nah, in fact,
We merged churches.
no, not merge. Just Bippin just leaves the Bippinist church and just joins mine.
I don't think Bippin ever actually wanted
I
to
don't
be
know
in
if
this.
he
Church, isn't it?
This was forced upon me.
Yeah. Like, what you don't
We only
understand,
started this to try and get him killed.
what you don't understand is I made him that skin one day, and he just put it on, and he fucking rezzed people.
Oh, yeah, you did.
He rezzed
Bippin, you only support this when it's convenient for you, which is
It's true.
tough.
It's very true.